Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to a new series here on the Fractured Flask channel, a Stardew Valley Retrospective. So, we're going to hop into the gameplay real quick here, but before we get started, I just want to kind of explain what it is. So, this is me talking over recorded gameplay of me playing Stardew Valley. And as we go along, I'm going to explain why I did that way and what's going on. But today's video is going to be a little longer, so here we go. So basically, I hit 100 subscribers today, so thank you to all of you who are watching this video and those of you who aren't that have subscribed. I never thought we'd get this far, but here we are. So, I've been planning, when I got to this point, to start a secondary series, but I needed something that I could record en masse, really quickly, and with little editing time. So I decided to do Stardew Valley, because you can play it real quick, and go in pretty linear order. But I figured that to make it unique, and so that I could talk and not have to think about playing the game at the same time, I would record my voice commentating my own gameplay. So that's where we are right now. Sometimes it's going to be about the game, sometimes it'll just be rambling. It's going to be kind of like a podcast format. But, yeah, let's just continue on watching, I guess. This is the intro material. It's not too interesting. I guess I can talk about kind of my philosophy for playing this game. I have played Stardew Valley before. I have not, however, played the 1.6 update. So there is some stuff I haven't seen in here, which we run across later. But, you know, I've seen it. I'm not going to be playing with a guide or super optimized, but I do know some stuff. So, you know, not too much. Middle ground. But if you're expecting super optimized gameplay or super blind gameplay, you're in the wrong place. But I hope you can stay around and listen to me ramble about whatever the heck I want to ramble about. Here, we're just kind of burning through the starting material. For some reason, Grandpa left us a farm. XX years later. That could be 2, it could be 20. I think it would be really funny if it was 20. But, you know. Joja Mart. The most evil people in this world. That's not even a little bit true, actually. From what I understand, there's a war going on. So, Joja Mart is kind of small potatoes in that sense. There's me. I tried to create a character as close as possible to my Minecraft skin. So we got black hair, we got blue jeans, and we got a little brown jacket. But there we go. Why that drawer sounds exactly the same as the chests in the game, I'll never know. One thing I'll really love about this game is the music. Like, the music in this game is so gorgeous. Stardew Valley on the southern coast. I would love to someday get a map of, like, the continent that this game is set in, or the world. But for now, we just have Stardew Valley. A little town. And we never see this bus again. There also should be a DLC that will let you go back to, like, the city that you're from, or something like that. I think that would be really cool. Just go back and see more urban areas. Maybe there's a department store there. There's a whole storyline. Who knows? But here we are in Stardew Valley. And for some reason, Robin knew we were coming and has met me at the bus stop. It is a little strange how they all knew I was coming. And did I phone ahead to this random town? Or did I need to, like, set up the property or something? Because it's a mess. Also, I've always wondered where Pierre gets his food, because he doesn't have a farm. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I am assuming you have some familiarity with Stardew Valley. Sorry if I spoil something by accident, but it's hard to keep track of where things happen, so I'm just gonna talk. Hopefully you've played this game by now, and if not, go pick it up. It's a great game. Just let Lewis talk here. Rustic. That's one word for it. It actually looks fairly nice inside for, given the state of the farm, it's just not kept up at all, but for some reason the house is pristine. Like, did they go there and clean it? Who knows? One of her house upgrade. Are there other houses that can be upgraded here, or is it just her entire business rests on this one farm being upgraded? Do other people buy random building materials from Robin just cuz? Because it doesn't seem like they build a lot of stuff. There's also probably going to be some stretches of silence in this series, just because talking constantly for 20 minutes is hard. But we start our first day officially now. This is the house. As I was saying, I have recorded a lot in batches. It turns out it takes about 2 hours to go through a week if you don't go to bed early, which I'm not going to bed early in this series at all, so there's a lot of dead space and workspace. But, yeah, I've recorded the first in-game year and a couple more weeks after that, which in real life time, since the plan is to do 1 day per episode, is a couple years at least of real life content, because I'll be releasing one of these a week on Wednesdays at noon, which is hopefully when you're watching it now. But, yeah. So, yeah. This will be interesting. We'll see how this series go over. If no one watches it, maybe I'll go down to once every 2 weeks. We'll see. But I'm hoping people enjoy this rambling of mine. I think right now we're just clearing some space for our parsnips. The first day in Stardew Valley tends to look very similar for everyone. It's like you plant your parsnips, and then you go talk to everybody. So let's plant our parsnips here. 15 at a time. My first priority when I play Stardew Valley is usually to clear out most of the farm. If I remember correctly, I got it done like mid-summer in this playthrough. I had the whole thing cleared out, and I like to keep it that way. I don't like to grow trees or grass or anything, which probably causes problems for some people, but it's never caused me a problem, really. But now that all of the parsnips are watered, we can just head into town, I think? Yes, let's head into town. Maybe I'll give my opinions on each person as we talk to them. Also, can we just appreciate the music for a second? Springtime, I think, is my favorite music in this game. Calendar. First birthday, Lewis. Interesting. Honestly, having the calendar year start at spring makes a lot of sense. Gus. He cooks, and that's all he does. I've never really gotten too into Gus's story, so I don't know what his personality is, but I know he cooks, and he runs the saloon. There's Shane, he's a deadbeat. There's Alex, he's a jock, I think. We've got... who we got next? We're gonna see Lewis? No. Yep. We're ignoring over there. Lewis! First night. Can't remember if I've talked to him already. Oh, there she is. My first playthrough of the game. I married Penny because Penny is a bookworm and she's smart and she's nice. I immediately went for Penny. We did not go for Penny in this playthrough. A couple episodes from now it'll become clear who we do go after, but go after is a weird way to say that, but you know what I mean. Into these people's house. Have you noticed none of the people in this town have last names? It's very odd. Vincent, child, never gotten into his story. Jody's mostly revolves around her family, so I don't learn too much about her character. Out we go. Nope. Okay. Heading off to find Marnie and Leah and Jazz, I believe. I wonder if it's Jazz or if that's short for Jasmine. I never found out. Looks like Marnie's not home. And we can't get into Leah's house. What are you doing? You haven't even met her. But sometimes she hangs out around the lake. Okay. Oh, there she is. That's why we were waiting. We were waiting for her to come out of her house. And now up is Marnie back. No. Just kind of waiting. There's Jazz. I don't know what's in that door. I assume it's some kind of cupboard. Talk to Jazz. She's not very friendly right now, which, honestly, the fact that she's allowed to wander just around by herself tells you how safe this town is. Haley. Wearing blue, as usual. Back into town. We need to talk to Emily, which I believe is why we're going in here. There's Emily, right on cue. Hello, Emily. Goodbye, Emily. Who's next? No one we haven't talked to yet. Except, I think at this point I was looking for Sam, but Sam has left the house already. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Such great music. Just chill vibes. I think we're running off to talk to Willie and Elliot. Hello, Elliot. Still not entirely sure what his deal is. We got a very loud noise there. Let's see if we can find Willie. Oh, not today. You know, streamers have dead space all the time, and no one gets after them about it, so if I'm not talking, just enjoy the music. Enjoy the vibes. It's kind of like streaming, but quieter, or slower, and without chat to talk to. Where does Gunther live? I've never been able to figure that out. He doesn't come out of the museum ever, but it doesn't seem like he has a room in here, like Clint does in his workshop. Where does Gunther live? Does he live back there? Is he an artifact or a robot or something? There's Clint. Hello, Clint. He's not super friendly. Even later in the game, when you start to get to know everyone, he doesn't become super friendly. Abigail, our local goth young adult. At least I think so. I don't know much about goths. There's Penny. Looking for Pam. Pam is not there. Go talk to George and Evelyn. George. This town seems to operate on Pokemon logic, where the main character can just kind of walk into everyone's house and no one thinks it's weird. Maru. Never really interacted with Maru's story all that much. Head into the saloon. I think we're missing Evelyn. There's Evelyn. We're missing Pam. There's Caroline. There's Jody. Caroline. At least I think it's pronounced Caroline. It's Harvey up there. Hello, Harvey. The local doctor. And then, if we head in here, we can talk to Pierre. Spin around the edge. Now, who else are we missing? Out we go. Day 1, plant the parsnips, talk to the people. Fairly simple. Not too much of a hassle. We're gonna head up to the community center. It's locked. As I said, I've played this before, so the initial sequence of things happening is a little tricky to remember. But we'll forage Daffodil there. Head up, talk to Demetrius. And then we're going to want to look for Sebastian and Linus up here. Which I believe Linus is where we're headed right now. Nope. Oh, there he is. Up to Linus. A stranger. Never really figured out Linus's deal either. It's like he lives in a tent in the mountains, but also can somehow pay hundreds of gold coins and rewards for quests and stuff. So, he might secretly be rich. I think I saw a theory online about that once. I think at this point I'm just looking around for Sebastian. No Sebastian. Just a boulder for that guy. Not sure who or how this town calls for help when it needs help clearing stuff. I don't think that guy was a JojaMart employee. Down we go. If I remember correctly, I don't think we actually managed to find Sebastian today. Which is unfortunate, because it's satisfying to finish a quest on day 1. But, yeah. I think we don't find Sebastian. I think we do find Pam, because Pam is easy to find at night. She's just in the saloon. We'll go in here and talk to Morris, because I can never remember if Morris is part of that quest or not. JojaMart. Evil. I've never played the JojaMart storyline. I've only played the Community Center storyline. We have this woman, who presumably either lives in the JojaMart or commutes back and forth from the city every day, which would be crazy. But I'm pretty sure that woman also doesn't have a house or have a character, which is weird. There's these random people in town that don't exist outside of their jobs. We have graves. Not many people die in this town, apparently. Let's go get Pam. There's Pam. She's not drunk yet. Shane refuses to talk to me. we go. Now it's 20 after 8, so we're getting towards the end of the day. I usually try to go to bed around 11. But never got Sam either. Nope. How many people are we missing? 3. We are missing, if I remember correctly, Sam, Sebastian, and maybe the wizard? Not sure exactly, but I've decided it's time to call it a day. So we'll just run off. I think most times for the first few months I start chopping trees to burn off all my energy at the end of the day, get towards cleaning. You know, chopping trees, clearing grass, rocks, stumps. So yeah, that's essentially the first day of a Stardew Valley retrospective. I hope you enjoyed. Talking for this long has done horrible things to my throat, so we'll see what happens. Maybe more dead space. Episodes should be a little shorter than this one because this one had a full day in addition to all the intro material that we won't have to do next time. The festival days are really short because you don't get most of the day. You go into town around 9, and then you come back an hour later at midnight, or at 10 o'clock at night. But one of the philosophies I wanted was to not go to bed until between 10:30 and 11 every night, so I would have an episode, so there is some dead space. Once we get the farm cleared, because there's no chopping to do. There's a lot of fishing in this series, but not yet, because we don't have a fishing rod yet. I also like to try and keep my inventory as clear as possible when I play Stardew Valley, or any game really. I like a clean inventory if I can manage it. But it's now 11, so come on. Guess we're pushing it today. Burn off as much of that energy as possible. So I am going to try and record a few episodes in advance, but I'm planning on releasing this pretty quick, so we'll see what happens. But to sleep we go. Or are we waiting? Yeah. So, yeah, that's the first episode. That's day 1 of spring of year 1 on a new playthrough of Stardew Valley. There are lots of exciting things to come, and I hope you stick around. Let me know in the comments what you think, how I can make this series better. Yeah. Later.